What's up, everybody? Welcome to another show, NBA show from SBR. Make sure you guys go to sbrpicks.com/NBA. Check out all the articles and NBA content we have over there. Well, all sports. You got a lot of all type of sports content over there. I'm your host, Jay Money. That's my guy, Jordan Sharp. That's my guy, Junior Brown. We're here to break down this Friday NBA card. We're going to give a quick recap of yesterday's. But I know what we're trying to do, man. Trying to cash these tickets and get to some money. Junior, what's up, my guy? How was your day yesterday?
It's a good day, 2-1. Sixers disappointed me in the first half. They came back in the second half, but just obviously want our show plays to cash for everybody watching. But other two plays hit pretty easily. I feel like Brooklyn was giving these guys the business, and I had some spicy nuggets with a little extra sriracha because I went heavy on the nuggets yesterday. So, Jordan, you went on the show, but how was your day yesterday?
I was just venting to Jay before the show that I had a great play. I lined it up the night before on Wednesday night. I grabbed the underside of the Orlando-New Orleans game before all that news broke. It dropped 10 full points between that and tip-off. And then, of course, what happens? They go to overtime, and then they still almost won. Actually, had 222.5, and they scored 225 there right at the end of overtime, and just under 30 seconds to go in that overtime. So a little disappointed on that one because I thought I had a banger of a play yesterday. It turned out to not be that way. But yeah, a lot of under money yesterday, which I missed out on, unfortunately, which I was a little bit upset about as well, because that combined with the bad beat kind of made me a little tilt on last night. But we're ready to go. We're ready to rock here for Friday. So I'm excited to see what you guys have to say about today's games.
Yeah, let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. Yeah, it was a good day yesterday. I only had one play, the Hawks. They made me sweat that one out, of course. As you know, they had to make me do that. Trae Young with the missed free throw. They were up like 7 points. It obviously they let the Spurs go like on a 6-0 run and make the game a lot closer than it needed to be. Trae Young at the line, miss one free throw, make one. Obviously, DeRozan go down, score it 2, goes in overtime. Then what happens? Bogdanovich shot too late, so then they go to double overtime. I must say everything's set up perfectly. I like the way everything ended. The Hawks got the win. They got exerted, had to go through double overtime. Actually set up perfectly for me. Let's see, the Nuggets got the job done. I really, in all honesty, I don't know what we're doing today in the NBA. Paul George ruled out a few times, and then he's upgraded questionable. I already knew what was going to happen. Then they still end up taking a loss, so I'm glad that everybody with the Nuggets got their cash and they get screwed over by that because that was crazy. Paul George on playing, going out there missing layups. Sometimes not even like a professional player to me, to be honest. I don't know how. I'm not me. It's a bad. I'm not missing that. I'm dunking it every time. You're trash. That's PG 13% right there. Sorry, I didn't have anything on the game, but glad you guys cashed on the Nuggets. 76ers smacked the Cavs up. They were playing around with them in that first half. Junior, I was watching that game. They let the Cavs go on a little run right there. The Sixers had the first half in the bag, but Cavs started to play at the right time. Sixers smack them up by 20. Nets smack. I wish I had rolled with Junior on net. Nets smack City ever since the beginning on Hornets. I'm talking about 32-11 in the first quarter. It was never a game after that. Magic upset the Pelicans over there. Pelicans got their wings kind of clipped yesterday by the Magic. They played really good defense, took them to overtime. Got the win straight up. Obviously, no Ingram and no Zion. And Heat get the job done 116-109 over the Warriors, my guys. Pistons, yeah, the Wizards. I don't know how you lose by them. They're 30 points to the Pistons, but it happened. You only scored 91 points as well, guys. But let's get to today's games. It's what you guys are here for. First game up, we got the Warriors versus the Raptors over here. Raptors wasn't taking L's, bad losses, I must say. They might catch the Warriors here in a good spot, though, Junior. What you like in this game?
I have nothing on this game if I do take something to be the plus points of the Warriors. Kyle Lowry's out for the Raptors. What am I supposed to believe that the Raptors are just going to turn it on all of a sudden? They stink right now. So until I see life, I'm not telling anybody watching this show to put money on that team because I'm not. So it's Golden State or nothing in this spot for me.
Got you. Jordan, what you thinking? I'm looking at it deeper. I must say at first I was leaning Warriors as well, Jordan. I don't know about this spot. Curry seemed like he might have injured his tailbone again last night. That I'm looking at like he might have aggravated that injury. It's on the back-to-back here. In theory, Raptors should be motivated. What you like anything in this one, Jordan?
No, I think I'm staying away from this because just like you said, I'd love to know the Warriors' injury situation, but we're not going to know that till at least here in the next 30 minutes, and then maybe not until 5:30 tonight when that second injury report comes out. So it's tough with them coming off a game last night to really have confidence in taking the points from them. But to be honest, like if this wasn't a back-to-back situation, the Warriors would probably be favored on the road here. So if you like the value of them to play all their guys and be at least tired but completely healthy tonight. I think taking the points is probably the direction you're going to want to go, but I'm just not going to get in the business of doing that. It's a nice slate tonight. Not really interested in playing the what if game tonight with the Warriors or Raptors this evening. Of what if the Raptors show up? What if they need to win, like you said? What if they play up to their potential? Or what if Golden State doesn't rest anybody and comes out here and plays really well too? It's just not something I'm ready to invest in.
Got you. Thing I don't like here, the last time in this specific situation, they rested Curry and Draymond Green when they got smacked. I forgot who they played. It may have been the Kings, but I'm pretty sure it was the Kings. They got their butt smacked. So it's kind of crazy here. I think somebody may know something. Maybe it is an injury for the Warriors. If I'm not mistaken, when I looked at this line yesterday, it was like at 4.5 for the Warriors. They were favored yesterday. Now this morning, the Raptors are the favorite. So maybe somebody possibly saw, Curry re-injure his tailbone, because that's what I'm reading, that he re-injured it and everything. So possibly may not be here. Maybe somebody knows something. That's the only reason why I could see that the Raptors are favored in this game with the losses. You just lost to Oklahoma City with the lineup that they threw out there. Lost their game by 10 to a team that wasn't trying to win. So I'm not sure what to say about this Raptor squad right now. I know Rodney Hood's not going to be playing. I'm not sure about Lowry or not yet, my guys. So this one maybe wait until you see the official injury report. Could be a lot of moving parts in this one. Next game up, my guys. Next game up, we got the Rockets versus the Celtics. Right, this line opened up at 9.5 for the Celtics, up to 11.5 now. So people thinking it's going to be a Smack City smash spot for the Celtics here. Jordan, you like anything in this one?
I still think I'm laying off this game. I was interested in maybe the first half under, but I think I'm going to stay away from that as well. Because, like you said, the line lengthening since it opened kind of tells me that. Yes, there's a lot of people that believe this is a get-right spot for the Boston Celtics coming off 2 straight losses. So not really a spot that I'm willing to step in front of them, and especially with this Rockets team when you don't know if John Wall is going to play tonight again. They are starting a 3-game and 4-night stretch tonight for Houston here, where they play the first night here on the road and the next 2 at home, home and home back-to-back. So probably going to lean towards resting Wall in maybe 1 or 2 of those games out of these next 3. So it's probably going to end up being tonight on the road. So not really ready to get involved into that one here. That being said, though, if Boston does come to play and their defense is up to par, Houston's going to have a very, very hard time scoring on them, even though they do have some pieces at this point that can get some buckets. And Boston's defense obviously has not been eliciting much confidence lately. But in theory, yes, this is a get-right spot for them, so probably not going to step in front of them, even though 11.5 to 12 doesn't look too bad right now, but you got to know what the Rockets' injury situation is and how they're going to manage John Wall.
Exactly. Yeah, Wall didn't play in the last game, and just my quick thoughts on it, they actually kind of looked better without him. So if the Rockets come in here and play like they did versus the Nets, obviously through 3 quarters, they could cover his number. But if they look like the old Rockets, they could get smashed here. I'm not laying 11.5 with the Celtics. I'm sorry. I don't care what type of motivation spot it is. I'm not there yet. I don't think they're there, Junior. They could possibly lose this freaking game the way they've been playing. Junior, what you think about this one?
This line pisses me off, to be honest, because who's laying this many points with the Celtics? They have like 3 wins in their last 10 games, and now you're laying double digits with this team. What sense does that make? And on top of that, if you've watched the Rockets, like obviously Jay Money has, they had the lead in their last game, and they had the lead in the. When I said had the lead in the 4th quarter in their last game. And they had to lead in the 4th quarter in the game before that against the Grizzlies. So they're at least competing. And I'm not saying the Celtics are not competing, but what I'm saying is if you're going to be laying 11.5, 12 points, it better be against a team that's like not really, fighting, not really trying to win. The Rockets kind of look like they're still fighting. So until I first see the Celtics play much better, there's no possible way that I could get in the business of laying that many points with them. And then obviously on the flip side, am I really taking points with the Rockets on the road? I'll take points with the Rockets at home, not on the road, bro. So it's a pass for me.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys that the Rockets not as bad as they were. You know what I'm saying? They had all those players out since they've made these trades. They got actually a damn couple of damn good players. I know Avery Bradley is a really good player. So I'm reading up. He's saying, and I had to read this up because I'm like, does Avery Bradley even want to be over there? He's a top tier type of player. Does he want to be in Houston? Obviously, he's still getting paid. So I mean, it's one of those things where it's like you just got this is a business. You got to come to play wherever you're at. Right now, Avery Bradley's accepting it. He know that they're rebuilding in Houston. He's glad to be over there with Kelly Olynyk. And I think that's why they played the net so hard. These guys actually kind of got a bench now. You got DJ Augustine, Bradley, Olynyk coming off the bench. Kevin Porter Jr. looked like he a little Harden 2.0 as far as getting to the rim. Maybe not shooting, but a little left-handed guru out there, man. Wood out there playing. So they're just not this auto fade Houston team that we used to get. If I'm playing this game, it's called me crazy. If I had to play it, I'm not. I'd be taking the points with the Rockets. I'm just not there with the Celtics. I know in theory it's a smash spot for them. I know it's a motivation spot, you know what I'm saying, off these losses. And in theory, they should come in here and clamp down on the Rockets. You can't take them thinking it's easy, and that's what teams make their mistake at. So I'm not there yet to lay the points with the Celtics, though in theory it is a motivated spot. If I had a free bet, I'd be on the Rockets plus the points in this one, my guys. Let's get to the next game. Mavs versus Knicks, my guys. Mavs coming off 2 straight losses. Mavs coming off 2 straight wins. Knicks coming off 2 straight losses. +6 home dog at the house. Jordan, you like does Porzingis come to New York and get some revenge, or do the Knicks get some revenge against him?
You got to think he's getting extra shots tonight, right? I mean, like he has to be. Like there's no way that he's not going to go, back to the Garden and not just put up a ton of shots tonight. That being said, if he does that, like there's no real guarantee they cover this game because the Knicks are very good enough to keep in the rhythm in here and slow this Mavs team down and make them play their style of basketball. The only thing I'm worried about, and usually is this line's, I guess this for the total's gone down a few points now. I'd be more excited to bet the under if it wasn't RJ Barrett injured, because I feel like he was going to be, if he does play tonight, he's probably going to be one of the main guys that guards Luka. If not, he's going to have a chunk of minutes against him. Along with Elf Payton. So, I mean, it's tough to not know his status and have a lot of confidence in betting the Knicks here tonight, because if he doesn't play, I think when he's off the court this year, their defense is at least 3 points worse per 100 possessions, if not close to that. And it's really tough when you're taking one of your main pieces of offense, obviously, out of the equation as well if he doesn't play. So, little worried about that. Both these teams on the front half of a back-to-back tonight also, so just all sorts of craziness involved in this game. Long story short, I don't think I'm touching it here. Too much volatility with not knowing what Barrett's status is, and both teams playing on the front half of a back-to-back.
Gotcha. Yeah, there's something that I usually always like to look at as well, Jordan. First in the back-to-back. These boys play now, I know they played the Wizards tomorrow, the Mavericks do. So the Mavericks the type of team that they might rest some guys on. I'm not saying they will here, but I'm just saying one of these games they possibly rest somebody just to speak volumes to the back-to-back. Knicks don't usually do that. Junior, you like anything in this one? Like the Knicks is a home dog, or you laying the points with the Mavs?
I would. If RJ Barrett gets announced in, I'm gonna probably take it, but 6 is I need that at least that many points. I won't take it at 5.5 or less than that. So that's that. But I actually do have an official play on this game, but it's on the total. I got the total under 213.5. I think both of these teams played at a really slow pace. The Knicks played the slowest pace in the league. Dallas is not too far behind. They're the 8th slowest pace in the league. Obviously, the Knicks play great defense. The Knicks are actually a pretty good home team. And the reason I lean under is because I kind of lean Knicks. Knicks are like 14-9 at home. They're a much different team at home. And I just think that the market is still kind of undervaluing New York, in my opinion. They play hard every single night. Not to say that the Mavs don't, but are you telling me that, like, for example, Jordan just said, Porzingis is going to get up more shots. Okay. So it's like,
that plays it in New York's hands, honestly.
I'd rather him get up more shots than Luka get up more shots, if you're going to look at it that way. So they'll be ready for Porzingis. It's not like he doesn't like them, but do they love him? Now I know a lot of those players weren't there, so maybe it's not that same level, but it's actually good for New York that a lot of those players aren't there, because that's why they're actually good right now. So, and when I say good, they're a 500 team, but for New York, you got to understand, they got 24 wins already. They only won 21 games total last year. So for them, they're a very good team, and they're looking like they're going to be in the playoffs. You're going to give me 6 points with a playoff team. I'm probably going to take that. But, again, that's for later with the RJ Barrett news. But my official play is under 213.5, because I think the winner of this game probably scores about 107 points. which is going to be under 213.5.
Gotcha. Yeah, now under is a sharp look there. I must say I've been seeing money come on the under pretty much all morning. So there's a sharp look there. I don't play totals. Obviously, if this game goes under, it'll be because of the Knicks. If it goes over, obviously the Mavs get their offense going. Yeah, so if a Mavs type of game, it'll probably be Mavs and over. If it's a Knicks type of game, they'll probably muck it up, slow the pace down, make this a defensive rock fight type of game. And I think that's, in all honesty, that's what I think is, I'm favored more to the latter there. I think that the Knicks will try and make this their type of game. The Mavs are coming off a couple of straight wins. I like this team more when they're really it's a real deal motivated spot. I know Porzingis is motivated. Tim Hardaway Jr. are, but I mean, do you really want more shots for Porzingis here? Do you want to come here or emotional Porzingis come in here where sometimes you come in emotional or trying to show the other team up. You kind of come in trying to forcing things a little too hard. So could possibly see him getting a few too many shots. You don't want to take too much away from Luka. Obviously, Mavs a lot better offensive team. Knicks, in my opinion, better defensive squad. They're a home dog at the house off a couple of losses. I'm with Junior. You need to see what's up with Barry and Derrick Rose. I think that they'll probably tough it out and play off of a couple of losses. I think the Knicks will come to play here, guys. So if it's me, not an official play for me, if I had a free bet on it, it'd be Knicks plus the points at the house for me, home dog. Like I say, off 2 straight losses, Mavs coming off 2 straight wins. I would see the Knicks coming in as the more motivated squad. Do the Knicks travel anywhere tomorrow? I know that the Mavs have to go. There's the last game of their road trip tomorrow in Washington. So watch out for some.
The Knicks go to Detroit.
They go to Detroit, so it's not too far of a, but it's not a home game, so they are going away. So I think that the Knicks will come to play here and try to get this win, guys. It's Knicks or nothing for me in this particular spot. Next game up, Hornets versus the Pacers, my guys. Got the Hornets versus the Pacers. Line open up at 4. It's up to 4.5 now, largely because Monk was ruled out. It is a little back-to-back spot for the Hornets. It was absolute no-show last night, so maybe they come back as a motivated spot for the Hornets here, Jordan, or are you riding with your Pacers squad to get back on right at the house?
If Sabonis is ruled in, I will be laying the points with the Indiana Pacers at 4. With Charlotte playing last night, I know they didn't show up very well, but this is Indiana. They're from the front half of a back-to-back as well, and they go to San Antonio tomorrow. That's going to be a really tough game for them to win. And trying to jump into that 8 seed again with what Boston has an 11-point favorite tonight, the team that's directly above them right now. They really need to win tonight, as they probably know they can't win tomorrow in San Antonio. So I think the Pacers actually, off of 2 losses, are the more desperate team tonight here. But I really need Sabonis to play. If he doesn't play, I'll be laying off this game entirely. But if he plays, Pacers are absolutely going to destroy them down low. I think that it's not a great play, even if he does play, but it is a good one. But I got to know Sabonis' status because he's worth at least a few points in this total and spread.
You know what? If I'm not mistaken, Sabonis practiced in full yesterday.
Okay.
I want to go back and check. I don't want to go quote me on that. But if I'm almost positive, I'm pretty sure he practiced yesterday. So that would be something good. Because the reason why I say that is because I feel the exact same way, Jordan. But obviously, if he's ruled in, it's going up to at least 5.5, 6, getting taken out the board immediately, going up to 5.5, 6. So I do like Pacers here. I would need them at full squad. I do think that the Hornets have been way too hot right now, and they will go on a losing streak, starting with yesterday. I think Pacers win this game going away. They needed a lot more motivated spot. They hadn't been good at home, and I'm still not a fan of this coach. Hornets been just playing way too hot over their heads since LaMelo Ball been injured. Junior, what we doing in this one? You like Pacers in this one or what?
No, I actually like the points of the Hornets. I'm not making an official play, but if you gave me a free play, that would be the way I would lead. They're just, like you said, super hot, and I just don't want to just start guessing that the Pacers, who've been super inconsistent, are going to be a team that necessarily beats them, just because not only has Charlotte been winning games, like they've won 4 of the last 6, but they've been winning on the road, which impresses me more. And they're 5-1 in their last 6 ATS. So if you're going to give me 4.5 points with a team that's 5-1 in their last 6 ATS, I kind of think that's it just that play just seems to have more value to me. But again, I'm not on this game. It's a pass for me.
Gotcha. In all honesty, I think the line speaks volumes there. I think that the bookmakers know that it's a step-up spot for the Pacers here. Hornets being +4 dogs here, in my opinion, looks good for a reason, though. I do think that the Hornets been playing way over their head. They are 5-1 against spread last 6. This is not the 4th best team in the East, guys. They will regress to their average. Just trust you on that. I'm not saying that it will start tonight, but pretty soon the Hornets will go on a slide, will go on a losing streak. It hadn't taken a toll on them yet, not having LaMelo Ball. It's going to start taking a toll. For a while, you can be hot and play with your heads on fire. But when you cool off, they're going to cool off drastically. Kind of showed last night. They were absolute no-show in that game, even without Harden and KD. So I know Kyrie's a beast, but the Hornets, that wasn't the Hornets that we've been seeing, the hot team. So it's the only thing I'm saying. I think that they're starting to regress back to their
next
average.
4 games are on the road too.
I think the Hornets finna go on a losing streak. Just take that for what it's worth, my guys. It's just what I think. I think they were way too hot. They finna pile up some losses, my guys. Let's get to the next game. Hawks versus Pelicans. Hawks versus Pelicans. Hawks were 1.5 favorites yesterday. Now the Pelicans 1.5 favorites. Junior, you like anything on this one? You liking the Hawks, Trae Young, my guy?
No, I'm actually off this game as well for now anyway. The total, though, I'm actually super interested. I know you don't like to bet totals, but I still want your opinion, though. What do you think about this number, 223? The Pelicanos, to me, for them to get wins, they just got to play better defense. It's not about their offense. It's about their defense. When they lose, it's because their defense is just an absolute no-show. They've obviously improved a lot over the last couple of weeks, but they're still an inconsistent team. And I just think that this number is a number that if you're leading Pelicanos, probably want to go under. What do you guys think about that?
Jordan, I'll defer to you for sure on that total.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically a tale of, do you think that these teams are going to play down in pace enough tonight? And this is a lean tonight I have on the under. I don't have it officially locked in right now because I'm a little concerned about if the Pelicans were just resting everybody against that Orlando team last night in hopes of getting their Zion back tonight. The pace could quicken, but if you're among the belief that they could just be he could sit out again tonight and he's actually legitimately injured, then I think the under is absolutely, you got to look at that, because these two teams lately, last 8 games, the Hawks have been like almost basement in pace. They've been down in like the 95 possessions per 48 minutes, and the Pelicans, obviously we know, are not the Pelicans of the last few years, and they've also been, I think, last third of the league in pace in that same set. They're about 90, 97, 98 possessions per game. So yeah, if you like the game to be played at a slow down kind of half court style, not a lot of fast breaks, and hopefully both teams can bring their defense at least just a little bit. Yeah, I think you definitely have to lean towards the under, but it's tough because we know the Pelicans defense has struggled. So it's tough to really even back them, even with on the second night of a back-to-back, on the under here, because their legs could just go out and, late in the game. So tough for me to like either side of this game. It's an intriguing matchup for sure, though. I know a lot of people really like this game tonight, so I may pass it over to Jay in that regard, because this is definitely going to be, I think, one of the higher bet games of the evening, I think.
Gotcha. And right now, to be honest with you, some people out there, I love the way this shit sets up, guys. The Pelicans lost to the Magic yesterday. Everybody thinks they're absolutely terrible. Obviously, they sat. Obviously, Ingram didn't play. I really do think that was one of those just kind of resting him. Zion actually has a thumb injury. Obviously, Lonzo Ball's pretty close to coming back. He could possibly come back in this game, regardless. Even the way things sit right now, guys. I like the Pelicans -1.5. Top play, my guys. Fading the Hawks here in this spot. Last game of an 8-game road trip. I didn't even go as far as need to count out as many days, how many games and how many days. What I do know this is 3rd game in 4 nights, all on the road, back-to-back spot. Last game of 8-game road trip. You're coming off a double overtime game. When I tell you I had the Hawks yesterday and they cashed it, but I was just so much more happier at the fact that it's drawn all the way out double OT. Pelicans winning in the overtime as well. This team, one team coming off double OT with the win, last game of road trip. Other team been at the house chilling, just got basically insulted by a Magic team yesterday, lost their game outright at the house. I like the more motivated team here. I like the Pelicans coming off this loss at the house, no travel. Major rest advantage here. Give me the Pelicans -1.5, my guys. Top play. Let's cash it. It's a fate of the Hawks. Last game road trip, back-to-back. Could possibly see some injuries out for them. Even if it sits at this, like right now, like the Pelicans here, the Magic play a really good defensive team. Like the Magic still a really good defensive squad, guys. They play somewhere like a pack line defense. Pelicans couldn't really score them last night. This Hawks team coming in, I don't think we'll see that same level of defense. I want to lean to the under with the situation for the Hawks, but if their defense comes out and be so terrible, the Pelicans could get to running and gunning on them, get whatever they want. I don't care about the total. Pelicans -1.5. Let's fucking cash it, my guys. Next game up, Next game up, Bulls versus Jazz. Bulls versus Jazz here. Line was at 13.5, down to 12 now. Obviously, Donovan Mitchell, huge question mark. Zach LaVine, huge question mark. Probably won't play. But Kobe White and Temple could possibly suit up here, Jordan. Or go to Junior first. You riding with the Jazz in this one, my guy?
Again, I just don't like these double-digit spreads. I'm not getting involved in anything like that. I'll play it. I'll live bet it. If I'll do that, but I'm not laying this many points. I know the Jazz are kind of worthy of this spread, obviously, because they just keep winning and winning. But as for, taking the points of the Bulls, I can't possibly invest money on the baby Bulls without Zach LaVine. They're just not good enough for that. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about in any metric that you want to look. I know Jordan's a numbers guy, so he can back me up. In any metric you want to look at, Zach LaVine has been one of the best players in the NBA this season, especially when you're talking about scoring. He's like top 4 or 5 in scoring efficiency and shooting, in true shooting percentage, and every metric you can think of, he's balling out of his mind. And you're just going to take him out of the lineup, and these guys are going to win games? Of course not. So it's just a stay away for me. Maybe, like I said, probably live bet it, try to get a better number, but I can't get involved in these kind of games.
Got you. Jordan, Michael Jordan Sharp. We going with the Bulls today or what? Or what? Now I'm messing with you. Would you like Bulls plus the points, or you think the Jazz, another smack city?
Cannot trust the Bulls taking the points in this one, unfortunately. It would be nice if Zach LaVine was playing and we got the number, around 9 or 10, which would probably be what it would be at if he was in. And then we could probably have the conversation of whether or not taking the Bulls tonight. But like you said, without knowing his status, it's very, very tough to get involved in this game. Plus, like you said, couple other rotational players that could be in or out tonight that we don't know about for them as well. Also, Donovan Mitchell. So I mean, like there's so much to be. There's so much uncertainty with this game. That being said, I do have a play on this game because I grabbed the under pretty much because of all that. Because I'm assuming at least 1 or 2 of those guys that I just mentioned are going to sit again tonight. I got it at 228. It's down at 225 now. I still kind of like the under here, but I'm a little worried about the pace in this game. If the Jazz play up in pace like they have been over their last 8 or so, they've been at a pace of over 100 possessions per game. That does scare me a little bit. But the Bulls, if LaVine's out, are going to probably start that jumbo lineup again with Pat Williams at the 2 guard position, which, I mean, makes them really a pretty good defensive team. That being said, if LaVine doesn't play and they're playing that lineup, they're also not going to be a very good offensive team, and it would be very surprising to me if LaVine sits and they score over 100 points tonight. I mean, it's just it's kind of in the tea leaves here if LaVine sits that they're going to be like kind of in the 99 to 105 range. If that's the case, give me the under in this one.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's actually crazy enough, but I think that the key to this game, well, not even the key to the Bulls right now will be Kobe White. When Zach LaVine is out, Kobe White's really going to have to step up. Like I said, like Devontae Graham when LaMelo Ball went out, ex-starter having to come out there and start again and show that he belongs in the starting lineup. You had the motivation. You have, everything will come to play. So if Kobe White plays this game, I obviously need Temple as well. I do expect LaVine to be out. If I get White, so just how it's Bulls are nothing for me here. Need to see what's up with Donovan Mitchell versus playing a team that they just beat by 25, uninspired opponent. I could see him possibly resting this one again. They know that they could still get the win even without him. No real need to force and play here. In this, I know he's out for personal reasons, but LaVine will probably see it. Would need Kobe and Temple back in, and then I'll put some on the Bulls plus the double digits here. It's a revenge spot. It's just the last game of their road trip. They've lost 5 straight games, guys, so we still have the motivation there. This Bulls team is not this bad. It's just going through a rough patch right now. Obviously, just got some new players over there. It's still a damn good defensive team. What do you need to play against the Jazz? You got to guard the 3-point line and basically guard Gobert, hold him off. They have the players to do it here defensively. Obviously, without LaVine, would take a huge hit on offense. That's where Kobe White will come into play and help, with some, because they would need to help with ball handling and scoring, and I think they could get inside this number. So not making it official right now. Obviously, only way I could probably take it if Donovan Mitchell's out, but I still will be. I'm looking at Bulls here. I'm not looking to take the Jazz in this particular situation. It's definitely room for them to win this game and not cover. So you need them to be up by damn near 20 at the end of the 3rd quarter for them to cover this one. Could happen, guys, but lean Bulls for me in this one. Nothing official yet. I hadn't even bet the game, guys. Next game up, Bucks versus Blazers here. Real good game, I must say. This is probably be the most bet game of the day for sure. Obviously with the Bucks and the Blazers, I mean, they're coming off 4 straight wins, 3-1 against the spread, so they're going to be a hot commodity commodity as well. This is the spread's around 3 -2.5. It's kind of a sell with the Bucks, but it could be. Obviously, you're going to show respect for the Blazers, Junior, the way they've been playing lately. They got Nurkic back, they got Powell over there, and CJ is back as well. So, Junior, you riding with the Blazers here, home dog?
Hell no. I'm riding with the Bucks. And I'm riding with them heavy. Nobody on the Blazers.
Say the sell. Junior, say the word.
Listen, bro, Jay, you already know. I was already about to say it. I don't pass up sales, my guy. I love a sale. I love me a sale. In this business, they don't come around too often. You giving me the Bucks at a reduced price? Gracias. I'll take that all day, all night. I got a heavy bet. I bet it at a couple of different numbers because I bet the opening number just without even realizing that the steam was going to take it down so much. So I have it at a couple of different numbers. So I'm all the way in on the Bucks right now. But just looking at the spot, I kind of like the spot for the Bucks in this sense. Now the Bucks are in a weird position where they're about to play 9 of their next 10 games, or not of their next 10 games. They're in a situation where they're on a road trip where they play 9 road games, and one of them they go back home randomly in the middle. They already played against both the Los Angeles teams, so they got that out of the way. They also they were in Los Angeles since Sunday night. So they're there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, chilling, waiting for these Blazers. The Blazers are coming home. Jay, your favorite fade spot. First game off of a 4-game road trip. Mm-hmm. So that's also a fade spot, in my opinion, for the Blazers. I love that the public likes the Blazers. It really makes me like it even more, to be honest. So, yeah, I'm on the Bucks all the way. I'm all the way in. Fear them deer.
Donovan Mitchell's not listed on the airport. Steph Curry's out, guys. I'm sitting here just trying to see this. This is enough to take the Raptors, guys. I don't know. I don't like them losses versus the Pistons and OKC. They showed representative games versus Suns and Blazers. If they play like that, they could win. Oh my God, are the Warriors tanking, bro? Fuck. I don't know, man. I don't know. I got an opportunity to bet Raptors -2.5, guys, and I don't know if I will. I don't know if I will, Jordan. Do you like something in this game, or just real quick, would you take the Raptors today, or what? Now it steps out for sure.
I still don't think I have much confidence in the Raptors. I think that they probably saw last night and then baked in Steph's potential to sit out in this one. So I don't know how much it's going to go up. It may go up just a few points because the public's going to jump on it. But I'm sure that 2.5 they were laying 2.5 for a reason, not just the back-to-back like we talked about. For Milwaukee and Portland, I was kind of thinking about the under in this one just because I love fading these huge lines, but the steam's caught it the other direction. Now we're up to almost 240 points. Like just for the reasons that you guys mentioned, like Milwaukee offensively is going to get basically whatever they want tonight, even with Nurkic back in there. He's still on a minutes limit. He can't really give you everything defensively just yet. He's probably still trying to get his legs back under him, his conditioning right. So Milwaukee in that aspect is probably going to have free reign of the paint whenever Enes Kanter's in the game. And also, I kind of agree with Junior. If I had to lean a sidewise, I'd probably say the Bucks in this one a little bit too. The Portland is a very, very good team, and I think that what people do, I think, overvalue them at least some aspects, especially defensively. And when you have one of the better offensive teams in the league coming in, it's still not going to help much. I think Portland does get up for this game, and I really do think that. I think in the end, I still lean maybe under, despite the steam, but it's going to be tough with this one. These totals that go north after they opened, 3.5 points lower in the 230s and are already up to 240. They're doing that for a reason. There's some sharp action on the over, obviously here, so not going to be the one to fade that for sure.
Got you. Yeah, I actually lean Bucks here. I think that the Blazers, even though they got Nurkic and they got Norman Powell, which seems to be working wonders for them over there, and CJ, this team has been way too high. So they had the number 1 offense over the past 5 games. This offense is, the Bucks will have to come and play like Eastern Conference lockdown type defense for them to win this game. And I do think it's possible. So it's going to be offense versus defense here because the Bucks offense hadn't really been all the way there. But I must say the Blazers defense can possibly make them look good. The thing I like about the Bucks, their bench is in there right now without Bobby Portis and PJ Tucker, so they don't really have a strong bench. The Blazers, you guys know how I feel about their bench. Obviously, it's been helped now since they've got those 3 players over there. Let's see, Kevin Looney. Even Kevin Looney is not listed on the episode. Like only Steph out. Sorry, guys, this is really tripping me out right now because I was starting to lean to the Raptors. I was this close from sending it in. I'm like, I think I'm just gonna stay off that one because. I don't like the way the Raptors been playing. In theory, they should get this one done. But yeah, lean Bucks on that game, guys. I'm trying to make some money though, man. Forget all this. Last game up, guys. Lakers versus Kings. Lakers versus Kings, guys. Kings laying 4.5, been the way hotter team. Do we just go ahead and do we just not overthinking and take the Kings here, my guys? What you thinking on this one, Junior?
Kings are nothing. That's the only way it could be. This number seems. What do you think? This number seems a little low. Don't you think? I know the Lakers are obviously usually a good defensive team, but I'm thinking if you're leaning Kings, you got to think it's probably going to be an over. I mean, it doesn't necessarily work that way, obviously, but that's the way I think that it's going to work. If the Kings do what they've been doing, which is play a lot better than we thought, which means that there's going to be a lot more of your boy Luke Walton because they weren't getting rid of him when they were trash. Mm-hmm. They're playing a little bit better. They're definitely going to keep him. They seem to love that boy, but yeah, I think his number's a little bit low. I know I'm talking about totals a little bit more than I usually do, but I don't like a lot of these sides, so I've just been trying to see if there's money in these totals. I know that Jordan's the numbers guy, but the market is out there. The market's big. There's money out there. I'm just trying to find it, so I want to know what you guys think about this total. I kind of lean over. I think this number's a bit low for these two teams.
What you think, Jordan?
Yeah,
can the Lakers score enough?
I mean, it's the Kings we're talking about. Of course, they can score.
Right,
enough.
I'm talking
like
about
it's
Kings.
Yeah. I mean, like we're talking about the Sacramento Kings here. Like I like I said, I've only broke my Kings never under rule I think twice this year, and I'm 2-0 in that aspect. I'm definitely not going to break it this time. I'm surprised that the steam has caught it in this direction. I'm surprisingly enough, I feel like me and Junior are like role reversal today because he's talking about being excited about some totals, and I'm over here like lay the points, man. Get the lay the points, Kings, man. I don't understand what's going on with this line. Like the Kings are, I mean, their offense is top 10 of the league in their last 9 games. And they did most of that on the road. Like I mean, obviously they played some teams that weren't that great in that stretch, and they caught some teams injured.
They're not
like,
great.
Yeah, I mean, like, but the Lakers, I mean, like they're down at least like 6 to 8 points per 100 possessions here in this game. And Drummond broke a toenail off. He's not going to be able to play the next game or two. Like they're going to be nothing inside defensively. The Kings are going to get whatever they want. And if they're banging those threes coming off a loss, they're going to want to get right here with a back-to-back here. Put the Lakers away early. Get ready for Milwaukee, where you're both tired tomorrow night, and try to win that game too. Like I got a strong lead on the Kings tonight, man. It's going to be hard for me to lay off the Kings. I'm almost a bandwagon believer in the Sacramento Kings. Not yet. I don't want to make that statement definitive yet, but I'm getting real close, guys. I'm not ready to defend Luke Walton just yet, but I'm believing the players.
Man, I don't know what to say, but I mean the teams look good right now.
They got a good team.
This is the thing. The players are good. When it comes down to them playing a really good team and it's a close game, that's when the coaching will come to play. Because I'm really want to think that coaching doesn't play a ton of it. Obviously, it's about running plays. It's about a system. It's about motivating your guys, which I don't think any of those he's good at. It's just all about the players. That's what it comes down to in the NBA on the court. You see what I'm saying? So you can look behind the scenes all you want. It comes down to the players out there playing and how they match up with each other. So in this game, it's Kings or nothing for me. The way they're a lot hotter now than they were when they beat the Lakers the last time when LeBron set out the last game. Now this is what this team are. They don't have anybody to lean on. No, LeBron's not even out there watching. He ain't even damn near coming to the games, bro. So Kings are nothing for me. They won by 3 the last time. They kind of let the Lakers kind of come back and cover their spread. But I think that the Kings, let me put it like this. If the Kings play the way they've been playing, they should come out here and smack the Lakers up. They had Drummond out there for like a half, and now his foot's messed up. So, you know what I'm saying? Now he's going to be out. And if he was in there, I might like the under. But without Drummond out there, no real paint protection. I mean, you got Gasol. He's really like an offensive player out there. Pretty much the defense is like, no, man. So the way the Kings run the gun, I can't mess with it under here. Kings are nothing for me on this game. Not one I'm super strong on, but yeah, I would bet the Kings here. If I had to play this game, if I had a free bet, Kings are nothing for me. Not looking to take the Lakers in this particular spot, my guys. Jordan, break them off with your official plays, brother.
Yes, sir. I'll go backwards here. I have the under in Chicago, Utah, 228. Officials 225 right now for the show, though. I'll still take that action. I'm hoping. Obviously, we know Mitchell's going to play, but I'm still hoping Levine is out in this one. I have also the under 232 in Memphis and Minnesota. Hoping that the Grizz defense could go to play in this one and shut down Minnesota's offense, which has still struggled mightily since the All-Star break, even since they got Cat back. And I'm hoping for a little slower of a pace in that one as well, potentially. I know it's going to be fast, but I hope it's not too fast in that one. So I like the under in that game. And then strong lead towards the Kings tonight. Gotta like the Kings. I don't know if I'm going to get there yet. It's 10 o'clock game. Luckily, I got some time for that one, but I think I will jump on Sacramento tonight.
Plenty of time, my guy. Plenty of time. No necessary need to rush the bets here, my guy. So, I mean, you don't have to rush the bets. You can wait till last minute to see. Obviously, so if with Nuggets yesterday, even though they cashed, you could have got a better line. Obviously, if you wait, you know what I'm saying, to see the Paul George BS. So it happens. They still cash, though. So it's one of those things you bet early in the morning trying to beat the line, or you trying to, you know what I'm saying, if you already know the injury status of some players. Junior, break them off with those bangers, my guy.
Yeah, I got the Knicks and Mavericks under 213.5. I got the Bucks everywhere, 5, 3, 2.5. But yeah, obviously I'm all over the Bucks, and I'm actually on the Suns. I know we didn't talk about the Suns, but I'm on the Suns first half. You want to talk about teams with opposite motivations? The Suns are trying to catch the Jazz. The Thunder are doing every single thing they can to lose games. The only teams they've beaten in the last couple of weeks are the Raptors, I think Minnesota, and Houston. So they're not trying to beat anybody that's trying to win, and that the Suns definitely qualify as a team that's trying to win. And they've been one of the best first half teams in the league, obviously. So, yeah, I'm on the Suns too.
Got you, my guy. Hope you cash, man. Hope you cash. I'm only on Pelicans -1.5 for me right now. Top play of the day. It's the only one I have right now, guys. So Pelicans -1.5. I think I'll eat some crawfish, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a little sausage or something and some corn like Zion out there, man. If you go eat some New Orleans good cooking, you dig what I'm saying? But yeah, Pelicans after that, heavy lean to Kings for me and heavy lean to the Knicks at the house, home dog. Lean the Pacers as well, guys. Those are just leans right now. Pelicans, top play of the day. Let's cash it -1.5. I think everything, all boxes checked here. Fade of Atlanta, buy on Pelicans, short number at the house, no travel. I love it, to be honest with you. So, because possibly see some injuries for this one as well, guys, both ways. And people out for Hawks, people in for the Pelicans. Let's effing go. It's cash today, guys. Pelicanos, fly, Pelican fly. Manny, look at that Pelican fly.
Pelican fly.
We finna get out of here, my guys. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow.